But this one down here is open. There's a couple of cobwebs on it. So whether that exploded, that coffin, we had a coffin explosion that happens. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, Grave Visitations here. So today I'm in Mount Jerome Cemetery in Harold's Cross in Dublin, and I'm actually here today with LT Jones, who I met in Wales. So he's come to Dublin to meet up here to do some videos. He'll be showing you a couple of famous graves from here. So to start the video off today, I wanted to show you this section here, and these are burial vaults, and believe it or not, it's a strange setup here because, as you can see, this is a parking spot, and so they've raised the ground level here. As you can see, the door, how small it is, I'd say it's about 2 foot of that tall. So the door is buried under there, and people actually park. So they've used that area. So this one is William Lewis. He's burial vault. There's a number of them here. Now unfortunately as well, I have to mention in the video, I had a stroke of bad luck. I was doing a video elsewhere and I took out stuff out of my bag, left my torch down in a kind of a very rough area where I'd done the video. Went to a different location, came back again, my torch was gone. Or flashlight for anybody watching from the States. It was taken, and there was kids actually there. I asked them, did they see it? They said they seen a guy in a pushchair with a child. He put it into his pushchair or whatever he was doing with the child there, and he was gone with the torch. So that torch is gone. And that was a brilliant torch. We actually bought that on Amazon. It was 50 or 60 euros it cost. So I'm gutted over that torch. So I actually don't have it here today. So hopefully we'll be able to do our best. But for now, we'll look at Augusta AD Augusta. And you can see, look at the handle on this. It's a hand. How cool is that? And we have like a family crest on it or something there as well. Right, so we'll keep moving, and there's actually a story I want to talk about as well, and a vault I want to visit in this cemetery. So this is a Victorian cemetery dating back to the early 1800s, and it has some beautiful grave monuments and stuff. Just have to be careful going up here. So there's one I just want to show you up here. He was a famous sculptor, and I think it's a Masonic symbol that's on his resting place here. And this is it. Within this sepulchre, I think, is it that word, are interred the mortal remains of Thomas Kirk, sculptor, who departed this life April XIX. So I have no idea what that is, guys. If anybody knows, I'm useless when it comes to that. But just here we can see the symbol on it. Look at that, the skull. And just up above that then we have a woman with a big vase or something like that she's holding above his grave. And some angels then either side of it. So how cool is that? Right guys, so the vault I want to talk about and show you today is the Dicer family vault, Edward Dicer. So I'll just give you a little bit of family background and information and stuff. So Edward Dicer Sr., father of Edward, who died in 1855, when he died, he built up a considerable wealth, estimated at £50,000 at the time, equivalent to several million today. His estate was managed by his brother Charles Dicer, who was born in 1791, who returned to England later in life. Now, the younger Edward Dicer, the vault namesake, died in 1855, followed his father into the veterinary profession. He graduated from the University of Edinburgh in 1838, and his younger brother William followed in 1841. Edward is sometimes referred to as the first Irish veterinary graduate from Edinburgh. So that is amazing history right there about the Dicer family and the connection to Edinburgh. So Edward worked as a veterinary surgeon and ran a business known as the Dicer Horse Repository, located in Stephen's Green. Now, I did look up some information about the original building where they had their business, the Dicer family. It's now a shopping centre, believe it or not, St. Stephen's Green Shopping Centre, and I'll put a photo of that over the video to give you an idea. As we walk around, we'll look at a couple of vaults here as well. And this is the family vault of Peter Jackson, Esquire, 1847. Look at that for a door. A huge vault. So, more information about the Dicers. He married Caroline Black on December the 10th, 1852, St. Andrew's Parish Church. So the vault itself, there is lead-lined coffins inside the vault, but one of them disintegrated. Now, we believe that the coffin could have exploded due to natural gases, etc. like that. And there is a skeleton that you can see. Now, the skeleton is not Edward Dicer, it's a different family member. So the other people that are buried there obviously would be Edward William Dicer. There's a Caroline Dicer who died in 1861. We have a Frederick Dicer who died in 1876. A Jane Hayes, 1883. So I was kind of wondering myself why the name Hayes is in it. Now, maybe it could be through marriage that one of them was buried in, they were buried in the same vault as the Dicers. The names, but look at these graves, look at that, angel cherubs, and there's 4 of those on either side of it. Francis Marr, Esquire, barrister at law, who died 12th of December. And the year is on it there, if anybody knows what that is. Numerals, Roman numerals, let me know what year that is, please. I'm useless at that. There we have another Masonic symbol with the skull on it as well. And the torch. So that's beautiful. The family vault. The Marr family. And it's a Victorian cemetery here, so it's full of beautiful monumental graves. So the other one then I was saying was, one of the coffins wasn't lead lined. Now they believe that was John Hayes. So it's John Hayes that will be going to see the skeleton that you can visibly see in the vault. So that's who they reckon that is. So it was a mystery why they were interred in the Dicer family vault. One suggestion may have been Jane may have been born a Dicer possibly Edward's sister, and married a Hayes. So maybe that's what happened there. Frederick's identity is unclear. No solid records found. Some suggest he may have been Charles Frederick Dicer, possibly another brother or relative, but this remains speculative, so it's hard to know. So what I'll do, guys, is now I'm going to take you over to that area and we'll have a look at the vault. Right, so we're making our journey back up this direction here. And if you like this video today while we're walking around, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, it's totally free. And come with me on these amazing cemetery journeys. And who knows what we're going to find. So we are going over now to see the Dicer family vault. Now they do say there's up to 8 interments in this vault. And it's hard to imagine there's 8 in there because it's so small. Right, guys, so we're here at this is the Dicer family vault that I was talking about. The veterinary family, the Millionaires, who owned that business in St. Stephen's Green in Dublin. So we'll be having a look in there in a second. But until then, we'll look at this one. And just at the top of this vault, we have a dog, like it's howling or mourning for its master. At the top there. What a beautiful monument on it. Look at that. We read the name that's on this. Just down there, actually. I'll go down there and show you as well. There's a couple of vaults. So this is William Harvey's vault in here, and I don't know if I'll see inside. We can see a coffin just there on the right. Look at that. Right there. There's a coffin. We can see there. So hopefully I'll be able to see in this vault, guys, because I don't have my torch, as I was saying. I don't know. We actually can see in here. So there you go. That is the coffin. I reckon is one of the Hayes family members. That's there, that skeleton. Look at that. That is crazy. So that coffin disintegrated. The rest are lead lined. So whether that exploded, that coffin, we had a coffin explosion that happens. So he's buried there on that side. That is not Edward Dicer, it's one of the Hayes family members. And it's crazy to think you can just look in there and see that full skeleton inside. Crazy. So on this side then here, we do have some lead lined coffins, if you can see there. If the camera focuses, it's kind of hard to see. And there probably is some more. There is a couple of coffins down on that side as well there, you can see. So there's 8 family members buried in there. And that is the vault of the Dicer family, and of course the Hayes as well are buried in there. And the next one I want to show you is this one just here, this huge monument just here. And this is the Cusack family. This is William Cusack, medical doctor, who was born in 1788 and passed away in September 1861. William Cusack was a surgeon to Queen Victoria at her time here in Ireland. He was her personal doctor. So there's some more amazing history. And we've other family members here. Dorothy Allison Cusack. 1993 she passed away. So they were still burying people here up to the 90s. Even as far as 2004. We have a EPC Cusack Jobson 2004. And a number of names there. So that is that. And of course there's loads of burial vaults all around the cemetery, dotted around. That's the family vault of Sir George Cockburn, just there. And a lot of them are mostly kind of the same. So there's a service on today here as well, so I don't want to bump into people. Over there, that vent there is coffins down in there when you look in as well. They're lead-lined coffins. So there's the other side of the Cusack one. And here we have John Jeremiah Murphy's final resting place. All these Greek style pillars on them and stuff like that, design on them. So this area down here is a spooky area, because I've done a video way back here, I think 2 or 3 years ago maybe, and I actually picked up an EVP here, strange noises and stuff. So this area here reminds me of a little row of terraced houses or something like that. They all have numbers on their doors. We can see here, look, number 8, the vault inside there, number 8. And it's very dark in there, but there is one down the very end that we can, so all the numbers go down along there. The family vault here of Marcus Moses, some of them are closed up, as you can see, but this one down here is open. There's a couple of cobwebs on it, so hopefully we'll see in there. I don't know. It's very, very dark. You can see there's a bier down there that would be used to carry coffins. And just across the way there is a lot of children's coffins in there as well. Some of them are very bad. They're crumbling up there and holes in them and stuff. Lead-lined coffins just in there. Family members. This is a huge vault, and they're all buried on the left-hand side over there. So that is inside that vault. Here we have the family vault of the Honourable John Massey, 1867. Inside this, I don't know if we'll see anything in there, guys. Probably won't. It's too dark in there. Vaguely see some coffins you can see there. So I'm kind of lost today without my flashlight or torch, so I'm just going to have to do without it today, unfortunately. So that is the different level here of the other burial vaults, and I'll just take you up this direction and show you what's up here. Thomas Powell, 1838, number 5. So they're all numbered, these vaults. And this one looks like the door was actually open, but it's not. I wouldn't make you believe it's opened. Yeah, so that's all the vaults. We have Richard Wilson here from Richmond Street, Justice of the Peace. I think 1838 is the year of death on that. Number 1 vault. So those are some of the vaults in the beautiful Victorian cemetery here. And I'll just go up this direction. There's the one with the dog on it. And the Dicer family. Good to have a little bit of background information there about the family as well. Now this one here is the family vault of the Gresham family. Now the story behind this one is that when Mrs. Gresham died, she had the fear, I think it's tapophobia, is it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Taphophobia, something like that. And she had a fear of dying. And when she wanted to be buried in this family vault, and this dates back to the 1840s, and we can see on the door, it's kind of like this Egyptian style. The Gresham, T.M. Gresham, was an esquire in 1840. Now the story about this is that she didn't want to be buried alive in case she woke up in her coffin. So up the very, very top of this vault, just there was a bell that would run all the way down along here, a rope inside the coffin or near the coffin somewhere. And if she woke up like she was in a coma, because back then in those days they weren't really sure if people were dead or not. They'd pronounce them dead, but they mightn't be dead at all, so they had that fear. So she could ring that bell and let people know that she is still alive. So very, very strange. Now I do have footage of inside of there. I will put that over the video, and we'll put that over the video right now. And it goes all the way up along the chain. So the coffins just there. You can see one on the left. You can see one there on the right. There's more here. They're all stacked on top. And you can see the chain there. It goes down actually to that coffin in the middle there. See the hook on it? So when I look in there, guys, you can see some coffins just there. But I'll put the footage over it and give you a better look inside there and show you where that rope or that chain was coming down to the coffin inside the vault. Now just beside the Gresham vault we have the final resting place here of Charles Fisher Butler, who departed this life the 6th day of November 1838 at the tender age of 20 years old. And this is a false door. It's made of stone, but it actually looks like a real door. It's a miniature sized door. You can see the keyhole just in the middle of it there. So how cool is that? And just above it then, what this would have been at one time or another a skull, but it has kind of eroded there. You can still see the sockets of the eyes there, area, and the skull that would have been on that. So that's it for me, guys. That's my tour of Mount Jerome here today. As I said, I'm with L.T. Jones. I have to meet up with him again. We're going doing a few shots around here of different graves and stuff. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all on the next spooky cemetery adventure. Take care, guys.
I've been cynical, oh so cynical. Never thought somebody could save me from another fall, from another scar. But I'm all healed up, standing steady. I couldn't see colors, it was all in gray, till you showed me every shade. Now I feel like summer